Karen's sisters were snooping inside my mailbox, so I replaced it with a surprise they didn't expect. Have you ever caught someone with their fat fingers literally inside your mailbox, like they were searching for buried treasure that didn't belong to them? No? Well, I have, and not just someone. Two someones. Two entitled, gossip-hungry sisters with matching velour tracksuits, loud sandals, and that judgmental squint that says, "I run this neighborhood." They weren't just snooping. They were stealing. It started when I moved into Cedar Trace 2 months ago. Quiet street. Decent folks until you cross paths with the Wilkins sisters. Sharon and Patty Wilkins. Both pushing 50. Both the self-appointed HOA watchdogs, though neither held any actual title. They were just there lurking. Sharon, the older one, had a voice like a rusty door hinge, and Patty always trailed her like a backup singer with a clipboard. At first, I tried to keep it cordial. Smile. Wave. Offer cookies. You know, suburban diplomacy. But the moment they saw I didn't install the approved black mailbox, but instead kept my old red vintage-style one, oh, hell broke loose. 3 days after moving in, I got my first fake violation notice in written, no letterhead. It said, "Mailbox color violates neighborhood standards." Signed, the committee. But guess what? There's no committee. HOA dissolved last year over a lawsuit involving misused funds and one too many mojitos at holiday party. Still, I played nice. Until mail started disappearing. Bills I never got. A letter from my niece went missing. And worst of all, me dad's military retirement check was opened and taped back shut. That's when I knew this was personal. I installed a trail cam hidden in the birdhouse on my porch. A week later, boom gum. Sharon Wilkins, wedging her sausagey arm into my mailbox like it was a slot machine. Patty, looking out while chewing gum and thumbing through a ripped Costco mailer. I didn't call the cops. Nope. I'm a mechanical engineer, which means I believe in design and karma. So I made a few upgrades to my mailbox. I built a spring-loaded shelf inside that would pop a bag of washable blue powder dye right into the face of any hand bigger than a letter. Totally harmless. Totally legal. Just messy. I even added a discreet motion sensor trigger. The whole thing cost me $80 and 2 Saturday afternoons of righteous satisfaction. The day it happened was glorious. I was sipping coffee on the porch. Mail truck passed. 20 minutes later, bam. There they were. Sharon strutted up like she was about to win the lottery. Patty, scanning the street like she was in Ocean's 11. She opened the box. Whoosh. A blue puff exploded right in her face like a paint grenade. She shrieked so loud a neighbor dropped his rake. Patty screamed, too, then slipped and fell right into our recycling bin. I came outside slow, sipping my mug. "Morning, ladies," I said. "Everything all right?" They were blue, like blueberry pies, like sad Smurfs with matching fanny packs. Sharon tried to yell, but just ended up spitting dime mist. Patty tried to wipe her face and only smeared it worse. I pointed to the birdhouse camera. "Say cheese." And then came the first twist. Sharon screeched, "This is a felony. You assaulted me." Oh, honey. She didn't know I'd already printed photos from the previous 3 mailbox raids. I walked inside and came back with a manila folder. Handed it right to her. "Federal offense to tamper with mail, Sharon. Want to talk about felonies?" She went silent. Her cheeks flushed under the paint. Patty started crying. And in second, twist me, neighbor James from across the street walks over. Vietnam vet. Quiet guy. Retired FBI. Turns out he'd been watching too, and he wasn't happy. He pulled out his phone and showed them his footage. Different angle, same crime. "Time for y'all to lawyer up," he said. They tried to run, but left a trail of blue footprints down the sidewalk. I reported the whole thing to the local postmaster. And guess what? The USPS does not mess around with mail theft. Within the week, both Karen sisters were visited by federal inspectors. 2 weeks later, I received a letter not from them, of course, but from their lawyer offering an apology and begging me not to press charges. Too late. I didn't respond to their letter. Instead, I forwarded everything: video footage, my engineering schematics, timestamp trail cams still stow the postal inspector's office, plus a local reporter who happened to be my cousin's husband. And oh boy, did it blow up. By Friday, Channel 6 News ran a segment titled, Mailbox Vigilante Outs, HOA Bullies and Die Trap Drama. They played the slow MO of Sharon getting blasted in the face on repeat, with dramatic violin music behind it. My mailbox? It became a neighborhood monument. Kids pointed at it like it was a Marvel character. Someone even drew googly eyes on the side. But Karen energy dies hard. Sharon and Patty made one last pathetic attempt to claw their way back. They held a town hall in front of Sharon's garage, ranting about vigilante traps and anti-Karen discrimination. 10 minutes in, it started raining in. A gust of wind blew their notes right into a storm drain. No one came, not even their cousins. And just like that, the Wilkins sisters became the joke of Cedar Trace. But justice wasn't done yet. 3 weeks later, a federal charge came down for mail tampering and obstruction of postal service. Sharon was fined $5,000. Patty had to do 40 hours of community service scrubbing mailboxes, ironically. They tried to appeal. The judge threw it out with a laugh. The best part? Turns out Sharon wasn't just snooping out of curiosity. She had been targeting neighbors who received larger checks or official government envelopes and reporting them for suspicious activity to try and get them evicted or fined. She was running a whisper campaign to try and rebuild the HOA in secret with herself as president again. She wasn't just nosy, she was scheming. But her scheme collapsed faster than Patty on Laundry Day. The whole neighborhood banded together after that. We passed a petition to ban any reformation of an HOA without a 100% unanimous vote. We even had a street part of Mailbox themed, of course. Someone made blue dye cupcakes. As for me, I added a little plaque under my mailbox. Tamper here, trigger karma. Now every time I see those two pass by with their dyed hair, still slightly tinted blue, I smile. Not out of spite, out of peace. Because sometimes the best way to deal with people who cross the line is to let them paint themselves into a corner. So let me ask you this: was I wrong to build a trap, or were they just finally caught in one of their own? The end.